sitting on the side of the road, and there is not a lot of options for hitching. The hot springs were good, and we slept by the river last night, and we knew it was going to be a tough hitch back in the town. So it's only early. It's like, I don't know, 7:30. 8:30. Okay, it's 8:30. We've been sitting here for a while. We haven't had a car go past yet, but we're hopeful that a car will go past soon, and the chances of them taking us should hopefully be good, because why wouldn't they? We're just sitting on the road. They have to pick us up. Alright, it's day 51, and just for something different, we're climbing. Got some nice views, bit of wind though, but it's not a bad way to spend an afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and have just been hiking for the last 40 minutes. Today I left Lake Isabella, and as usual it's a climb straight away, so I decided to leave it till late-ish afternoon and do most of it when the weather's a bit cooler. Probably hike until 7 or 8 o'clock tonight when when it finally gets dark. Doesn't get dark till about 8 o'clock these days. 18 miles from where we got dropped off by a bus actually, and the next reliable water. So yeah, it's a bit of a heavy pack. I kind of screwed up my walking there. I don't remember how to do this. It's been a couple of days. Screwed up my resupply a little bit because I ran out of food on the last stretch, but it should have been a good thing. I had my last bit of food for breakfast on the day that I was going to town. You know, just had almost the world's shortest Nero, just a 0.7 mile day to get to the road and get a bus down into Lake Isabella. It's about 30 miles off trail. So that's normally you consider that nailing it if you have just the right amount of food and you get in with nothing left. But I was hungry almost the entire time, and I ate 5 days worth of food in 4 days. So while it was good to run out of food and have a light pack at the end, less than ideal to have had that food supposed to last me longer. Could be worse though. A friend out here, Stargazer, a really young French girl who, she's miles ahead of me now, but I saw her briefly in town. She said she ran out of food and was too embarrassed to ask anyone, so she went 44 hours without food, which is just silly. And I know there's been another time she ran out of water actually as well, in the desert section. Well, we're still in the desert section, but a very hot section of the desert, hiking in the middle of the day with no water, because she just stupidly, just made a mistake of thinking she didn't need any and passed the water source. So yeah, and people still make mistakes, and I apparently miscalculated either my food or my hunger levels on that last stretch. So this time, when I hit the supermarket, I don't know what happened. Some kind of brain aneurysm or stroke or something. But for the shortest section of trail yet, 2.5 miles, 2.5 miles, sorry, 2.5 days, I apparently bought enough food to pretty much get me to Canada. I think the logic was it's only a short section, so the food load will be light, so I can carry a little bit extra of this, a little bit extra of that. And by the time I got out of there, I mean the bill was huge, and then by the time I got out of there and tried to actually repackage it all and sort it out, couldn't even fit it in my food bag. I probably had 6 to 7 days worth of food, and it would have been heavy eating days, like big days, so more food per day than what I had just carried in the previous section. So I don't know what happened, but I do know my food bag is ridiculously heavy right now, and that's even after I gave away a lot of food, which, you know, hurt me to do. Sometimes I'm a giant tight ass to do some things. In a restaurant and stuff like that, I'll buy everyone food, but when it comes to buying hiking food and buying it myself and stuff I will eat sooner or later, I have a really hard time giving it away. But I gave away probably 2 or 3 days worth of food, and I'm probably still carrying 4 and a bit days worth of food for a 2.5 day section. So that with a water load, and that pack is heavy, and I'm complaining as I always do when I leave town. On a positive note, it means I can eat like crazy, and I have been eating like crazy all the way to Kennedy Meadows. Got another nice view here too, just come around that ridge behind me there and just looks out that way. It's definitely a nice place to be. Lake Isabella was good. Yeah, got the bus down there early in the morning. Makes it easy when you don't have to try and hitch. We did try and hitch for about an hour, but we waited for the bus, but got nowhere. Straight to breakfast. There's a wicked little cafe called the Coffee Mill. I had to think of that. I should know what it's called. I was there for the last 3 mornings, but yeah, if those ladies had kids that weren't already through college, I'd just put them through college. A lot of food, a lot of coffee. It was great. Just lovely people. We also, well, so the first day was a lot of food, and then resupply, and we stayed at this RV park, which was fine, cheap, good, showers, all the usual. But we also had heard rumours of these hot springs. So instead of just getting out the next day and coming back to the trail, we decided to take a day off. This is No and I. And we hitched to these hot springs, which were out 6 or 7 miles out of town the other direction. It's interesting hitching in these towns. Like, I mean, I don't hitchhike back home, but most of the time it's been pretty good. 2 different strategies. It took 3 hitches to get there. Mostly uneventful, just friendly people. The third guy was a military guy and insisted that I sit in the front and no sit in the back. I guess that made him feel safer. He didn't want the guy being able to do stuff behind him or something. I don't know. Guess that makes sense. But he was fine. And then hot springs were amazing. Camped right by them, by the river. So you had pools of hot water right beside a really rapidly flowing cold river. So it was fun to jump in and out and sit around and relax. And then just to camp, 100 yards upstream or downstream, sleep right by the river, and then we had to try and hitch out this morning. It was a little interesting. It was a very quiet back road, which we sat on for probably a couple of hours before someone else finally left the hot springs that had, I guess, slept in the car. And their safety strategy, we almost looked scary. Their safety strategy was to take photos of us. I don't know, I guess they emailed them to someone or something, I don't know. Either way, hitch went smoothly, dropped us back at the coffee shop. More coffee and food, and then back out to the trail where we slept under a cactus tree for the afternoon until now to actually finally start doing the climb I just came up. Which, I don't want to jinx it, but maybe I've finished. I thought I had more uphill to go yet, but seems to be pretty good. So now it's 2.5 days to Kennedy Meadows, the official or unofficial end of the desert section. Gonna have to start picking up the mileage because it's been too lazy lately, too many days off. I mean, that was almost 3 full days off, depending on how many miles I do tonight. After Tehachapi, which was only 4 days before, I had a couple of days off. So time to take the foot off the brakes and start covering some miles before I run out of time to get to Canada. And yeah, I wish it was more exciting news, but that's pretty much it. Just the usual uphill hiking, heavy packs, lots of eating, and yeah, and that's it. So I don't know when I'll get to post more videos because we're gonna have limited Wi-Fi. As I said, 2.5 day section in Kennedy Meadows now, and I think I've got a 10-day section out of Kennedy Meadows where I'll be carrying 10 days of food. Maybe it'll only take me 8 or 9 days, but it's hard to say at this point. So probably be a couple of weeks before I post any more videos, which means it's a few weeks before you'll even hear me telling you it's a few weeks until I post more videos. Yeah, good chat. For some stupid reason, I get these ideas in my head that hiking in the evening is a good thing. Logically, it makes sense. Sun's going down, the air's cool. It's a great time to attack, you know, a big mountain climb or something. Every bit as good as early in the morning when I love to hike. But for some reason, when the sun starts going down and the temperature starts dropping, all I want to do is set up camp. I definitely don't want to be hiking. I definitely don't want to be climbing a mountain. And I always end up with some kind of camping regret. I passed some sites a few miles back that, while a little bit windy, would have been pretty good for the night. But they were only about 5 miles in, and I was kind of shooting for 10 to 12 miles out of town today, up over this couple 1,000-foot climb. And I don't know if it's just the wind at the moment, but all I want to do is just, and this happens all the time, I just want to be set up. I don't want to still be on what has been quite an exposed ridge. I'm a bit protected at the moment, but you know, it's steep both ways. Absolutely nowhere to set up a tent or even cowboy camp. And after looking at the map of what's coming for the next while, it doesn't look like I'll have anything for another couple of hours. So I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Just the head says it's a great idea. Hike when it's cool, you know, carry less water, everything's better, get a nice wicked sunset view. But the reality when you're doing it, for me, I mean, some people love it, but for me, God, I just want to be lying down. It's time now, like, I don't know, it must be 7 o'clock, 7:30. And at this point, I just want to be in my bed, probably already had dinner, or if not, having dinner, in my sleeping bag, everything set up, ready to go to sleep, pretty much before the sun goes down. Definitely don't want to be still that much in my way up the mountain. But a reward for listening to me whinge is the nice views that I get when I do that and look out that way. So yeah, don't mind me, just whinging. Whinge and you shall receive. Have a nice flat spot of ground at my feet here on this beautiful ridge with views out in many directions. It's a little breezy. Still deciding whether I set up my tent or just cowboy. But it's good, that'll do.